E aí, galera do All Blue, beleza com vocês, meus queridos? Primeira leitura de Hunter x Hunter 364, o capítulo acabou de chegar, 10h49 aqui no meu relógio, chegou uns 3 minutinhos. Tava louco? Chegou só na sexta-feira. Todos os capítulos da Shonen Jump praticamente chegaram na quarta. Alguns foram chegando ontem, outros já chegaram hoje também. E Hunter x Hunter foi um deles. Eu tava muito ansioso, vamos embora, que esse mangá é muito foda. Vamos lá. Expectation, né, o nome do capítulo 364, eu estou lendo em inglês, né, são os primeiros releases com tradução mais precisa, então vamos embora. He's one of the first prince's private troops and an official member of the king's army. Even a clear and obvious lie like this could all too easily end up being turned into the truth. Pois é. Oh, that's no good there. Yup. Caralho, o cara já tá apontando pra Kurapika, velho. So then what would happen if you used the self-defense rule to take him out? If we went that route, we would be imprisoned by the king's army as assassins, and without a doubt be found guilty. If you come any closer, I'll have to conclude that you're accomplices in the assassination plot of the 14th Prince Wobble, and I'll have to take self-defense action. He wants to leave the queen and the prince together with the last servant and let the next assassin kill them all in order to complete the scenario of the servant assassinated the prince and queen, and then killed herself. Caralho, velho, filha da puta. Mas, porra, ele tá sozinho, se Kurapika matar ele agora é só ele dizer pra outra pessoa que foi legítima defesa. E Kurapika tá... Que quadrinho foda, parece mangá de antigamente, velho. O Togashi é foda, né? Very wise. I take it you are the one that made the emergency call, Kurapika. That's right. As you know, there are a great many things after the prince's life. And based on that, we each have to gain in this situation. You're the most dangerous out of all of us. I wouldn't dream of it. Yup, what I'm after here is cooperation. I've come here to resolve the problems that stemmed from this room. So how about cooperating with me? If you do that, I'll spare your lives. Scum. Se cooperating tá entre aspas, será que faz parte do poder de Nen dele? Mas ia ficar clichê, mas um poder de Nen sendo ativado por fala. No matter what happens to us, we will protect the two of you. That is why we are here. Will you trust me, Prince Wobble, Queen 8? Tá porra, Kurapika tá putaço, hein? Ó, o bebezinho Wobble. Tá se mexendo, ele quer Kurapika. I will trust you no matter what happens. Tá. Porra! O que foi isso? Lady 8, I am communicating directly to your mind. We are currently connected by Kurapika's ability. I have transferred the right to his little eye, which I have been equipped with from Kurapika to you, Lady 8. Por que pra ela, caralho? This will be in effect until the ability is activated. Presently, the only ones that can see me are Kurapika and yourself. He's attacking the queen? Is this a yes to our cooperation? Where is the other bodyguard? Oxi, pera aí, tava no teu campo de visão, Vincent. Como assim ele não viu o Bill, tá ligado? O Bill tá indo atacar o Kurapika porque ele tá deixando o poder com ela, ele tá transferindo o poder pra ela. Já tá atirando no Bill, Bill levando os tiros no antebraço. On top of using his arm in that stance to protect his vitals, he's guarding himself with Nen. I won't be able to stop him with just a gun. Air, blow! Oh, it didn't work. Oh, my aura is being drained. Stealth Dolphin. By using my index finger's Emperor's Time, I can transfer an ability I've taken to someone else. Which means I can take another ability using Steel Chain. Caralho, véi! You... For your attempted assassination of 14th Prince Wobble, I am hereby restraining you. What are you talking about? You are the ones that ignored my warnings and attacked me. I just came here as a royal bodyguard to help defend the queen and prince. I will testify. No matter what underhanded tricks you try to use or dirty methods you try to employ, the ones that came here after our lives and the ones that killed the innocent Sandra was you, Vincent. Not to worry, Queen Oito. If I use my ability, he will confess to everything and the witness stand on his own. What's wrong? It's poison. He must have had it on one of his back teeth. Make him throw it up. He took it with great conviction and resolve. We're probably too late. Please get in contact with the Royal Army. You're gonna hand him over just like that? What about his confession? I know, indeed, it's unfortunate, but this isn't a case that we get wrapped up in the ship court alone, and unless we can get an immediate arrest of the mastermind with his confession, we need to avoid it. Consider the risk that will arise after having us and the Queen appear in court. If the first Prince's camp is just watching us carefully, then we shouldn't make any moves either. Caralho, velho, que situação tensa da porra. Let's move the cops over here. Wait a second. It seems they noticed the connection has been lost. The real problem here is the enemy's ability. Just a few seconds after the gunshot, he was strained. If Vincent were able to use his name normally, even in a 2 versus 1 situation, it's very hard to believe that he would get overpowered in a matter of seconds. One of the enemies must have used some kind of method to render Vincent unable to use his name, which forced him to fight back with his gun. Or, on the other hand, he could have an ability that could extract a confession. The opposite could also be possible. Perhaps he hesitated to use his main ability, not wanting to show it to his enemy, and so chose to use his gun. That decision could have backfired and allowed the enemy to restrain him. I will instruct the other soldiers to use their main abilities immediately after invoking their right to self-defense. But what bothers me still comes back around to the enemy's ability, just doesn't add up. If the enemy is a manipulator, most of the time they require a vocal command to use their abilities, but that wasn't the case. On top of that, Vincent was able to shoot, resist, and poison himself. Is it possible that it was a bluff? If that's true, and they would have already been aware of our monitoring at the time. Yes, but we can't say that his ability is completely a lie. But if we consider that he deliberately lets us hear him, then the whole interaction comes together clearly. After all, if they lay hints that they have someone with the ability to manipulate humans with them, then they would force us to stay cautious and inactive. As far as Vincent choosing to take his own life, well, that's just the kind of man he was. Balls of steel and prepared to die at any minute. Though there is only 2 bodyguards left now, they're unexpectedly loyal to their mission, and they just might possess some troublesome abilities. How interesting. Bobby Mina, you will take over for Vincent. Yes, sir. The situation has changed, so the mission must change as well. What I'm entrusting you with here is a mission of the absolute utmost importance. Failure will not be tolerated. Complete this mission even if it costs your life. Yes, sir. 13th Prince Marayan constantly has his pet hamster with him at all times. At the next bunch, I will have 18th Queen Oito activate Sairi abilities and try to take control of that hamster. If this works out, this will be the best chance we will get to learn about the other prince's situation. Caralho, velho, que estratégia de Kurapika. But there's still almost an entire week left until the next banquet. 1 hour would be... Caralho. 150 days, 24 hours would be 10 years, 1 week. I guess it's not realistic. Queen Oito, I know everything has been thrown into utter chaos right now, but that ability has a time limit on it. So what exactly should I do? The ability to control small animals is the absolute best suited for escorting work. If you use it, you'll be able to monitor the other prince's actions. The most ideal organisms are flies and mosquitoes. They are able to fly through the air, and being that they are found ordinarily everywhere, they do not arouse any suspicion. If you come across either one of those, immediately issue an order to the dolphin. It will be able to hit the target for you. Porra! Mas Sairi tinha dito que bicho desse pode morrer facilmente. Kurapika, do you wish to equip me with that power? If you do that, you will learn the details of that power, and you will also be able to use it. Furthermore, you will also be able to use your steel chain again. You'll be killing 3 birds with 1 stone. Indeed, if I equip the dolphin with the ability I stole, then I learn all about it and be able to use it once. But if the worst case scenario should arise, and that ability has a very difficult condition required for activation, then using the ability itself will end up becoming my biggest problem, as I will be forced to remain in Emperor time. No, I'm fine for now. That will without a doubt mean my death. For now, let's split up and search the room. Shimano, please, answer the phone. Emperor's Time Rule, while activate every second, shorten its user lifespan by 1 hour. Aí vai usar na rainha, caralho. It's from the telephone switchboard operator. Someone sent a message saying that want to speak to you. Oh, that's the thing. 3 people sent it at once. The first Prince Benjamin, the third Prince Zanglei, and the 50th Prince Tubepa. Hã? Caralho, velho. Normally, the proper protocol would be to respond from oldest to youngest, but in this case, the princes that get postponed by interpreted as a hostile act. Indeed, they may suspect that we've concluded with the person we spoke to first, and even if denied, there is no proving it. And if you hang up on the princes you've left waiting, that'll be a declaration of war. Ding dong. On top of 3 calls on a visitor which gets chosen first is a matter of life and death. Caralho, velho. Galera, que mangá, velho. Que mangá do caralho. A semana inteira fiquei esperando pra te ver sorrindo. E ainda hoje tem aquela análise foda, beleza? Cheia de detalhes, cheia de comentários e teorias para os próximos capítulos. Até mais, meus queridos. Se inscreve, deixa o like e... o que mais? Clica no sininho aí, beleza? Falou!